right, here we are, and it says to find, and then we have a number of values, the sine of 90 degrees, sine of 450 degrees, so on and so forth. We also have some radians in here in pi, and so let's go through these, and we'll do the first one together here, and then I would really want you to pause the video, see if you can do the rest kind of without being walked through it, and see, that's kind of ugly, let's redraw that, and then see how you do afterwards. So after you do this first one, please do pause the video and try the next few on your own, and then unpause it to see if you're on track or not. And so let's start by sketching out our unit circle. I think that'll help us kind of conceptually what's going on here. And at the beginning, use kind of we want you to be able to reason your way through. There's going to be a lot of memorization in this section as well, and but once you get the conceptual understanding, I think that memorization is going to be a lot easier for you. So that all being said, let's head on through this. So here's our unit circle, and right now we're only going to be concerned with kind of the ones heading on our axes, on the x and y. So remember cosine of theta, that's referring to your x value, that adjacent sides of whatever our theta is always going to be on the x-axis, and sine of theta is the height of the triangle, and that's going to be your y value. So keep that in mind as we go through here. So sine of 90 degrees. Now remember, we're starting from right here at 0 degrees, and we'll be heading counterclockwise. That's where we're always going to be going. If it's a negative number, then we'll go clockwise, but moving around here either in degrees, the full circle being 360 degrees, or in radians, the full circle being 2 pi. So kind of keeping those things in mind, let's reason our way through. So sine of 90 degrees, remember the full circle is 360. If we, at 90, that's going to be 1/4 of that full circle, and that's going to get us right to our y-axis, to where we're at the point 0, 1. So if we had right up to here, what is the, it asks for sine, so what is the y value at 90 degrees? Well, y value is 1, so this equals 1. And sine of 450, and now that goes past 360, so I think if you went all the way 360 degrees, and then to get to 450, you're going an additional 90 degrees. So you might want to first think of this as, well, let's subtract 360 degrees. So this is really asking, what is the sine of 450 minus 360 degrees? And that's the sine of 90 degrees. And we know that one, we just found out. So 90 degrees is 1 time up, or a quarter way around the circle, or it's 1 full and then a quarter way around the circle. Either way, we get to a sine, that's our y value, a y value of 1. Okay, now let's try cosine of negative pi. Remember, the full circle is 2 pi, and now we're going just pi. So that's halfway around the circle, though it is counterclockwise. So this is our negative values. So halfway around the circle gets us to this point right here, which cosine, or cosine's our x value. So cosine here is equal to -1. -1. All right, now cosine of 3 pi divided by 2. So again, in radians here. So remember, 2 pi is all the way around the circle. This is 3 halves, and so we've got to go all the way up. 1 pi would be here, and then another half pi around, and so we end up down at 0, -1. But this is cosine. What's our x value at 0, -1? Our x value is 0. Okay, sine of -6 pi. So 2 pi is 2 times around the circle, or sorry, is 1 time around the circle. So -6 means we're going to be going in reverse 3 full turns. So after 3 full turns, we end up right back where we started. And the sine value, or sine is y, the y value at 1, 0 is 0. Last one, sine of negative pi divided by 2. So negative pi divided by 2. And remember that pi is halfway around the circle. And so half of that is a quarter turn. And we're going negative 1/4 around the circle to the point 0, negative 1. And sine is our y value. So what is the y value there? It's negative 1. All right. Hope that helps.